Hi guys, so I have some middle splits drills for you and the full video will be on YouTube, but here is a little start. So make sure you've warmed up, and once you've warmed up you can head into frog, because we all know frogs go la-di-da-di-da, because that's in my head right now. So a lot of us have this gap here, right? And to create more depth into our poses, we need to use our glutes actively. So firstly, by tucking your pelvis and rocking back and forward. Now that is a nice way to begin the activity without dumping into the lower back, because when you dump in, you get your chest down to the ground, but you still have that gap. Secondly, squeeze your glutes one butt cheek at a time, like you are trying to head towards the ground. Then I like to add a little bit of rotation. So you're going to scoop under, and from there you're going to open like a book. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from there, you do the same on the other side. So you're getting a nice torso rotation, because the torso also has a lot to do with our hip flexibility as well. 4, 5. Now from here, you are going to then head by bringing your feet together and head up into a hip flexor stretch, squeezing your pelvis forward. So from this movement here, you're going to lift up and down. So what it looks like from the side is you're coming from this frog here. Now, when you come from this frog, you need to tuck your pelvis, okay? So I'm going to show you all these moves again from the side. Tuck your pelvis. Now, tucking my pelvis allows for my glutes to activate more, and I'm pushing back into my hips. All right, I'm not going to go to sleep here, I promise. So from here, you are going to tuck your arm under, and you are going to open and close like a book. Okay, so you're opening and closing, keeping the hips back and the belly in. And then you will do exactly the same on the other side. Okay, so my groin is feeling this, but it is a lot in my glutes too. And then once you've done that, again, push back and squeeze one glute, then the other. You can see my glutes starting to activate. So this is the glute work. And then you're going to bring your feet together here, and you're going to roll up through your spine. Now see how my back is arched here? We're going to change that. We're going to tuck our pelvis and lift up. We're going to tuck our pelvis and push forward. And you're going to get a nice hip flexor stretch here. So you're tucking your pelvis and pushing forward. For me, I feel a super hip flexor stretch. And as you get stronger and more flexible, you'll be able to go further and further forward. Eventually, some people have the ability to go into camel, but that's not everybody, so don't stress if you don't. Now, just so you can see again, so this is the activity here, right? Now, from this movement here, you want to push back, and you don't want this arch here, you want to tuck your pelvis here, right? And that tucking of the pelvis allows me to activate these glutes here, right? And these glutes are what is helping me to drive deeper into the ground. So try these exercises to get a little bit more strength and mobility through the groin without dumping into the groin to cause groin strain, which a lot of people have. Now I just want to jump back a little step too. For those of you that just don't have that flexibility, and there's a lot of you, so don't feel at all inadequate about that. You want to come into this pose here. Remember, don't dip that little cat-cow. We're not doing that at the moment, okay? And from there, we're actually going to rotate to the side. And as we do, we're pushing back to get the groin stretch. So we're doing this movement here. And that's going to give a nice groin stretch, which is helping us to develop more flexibility in the groin in the space that we were doing in frog. But when you don't have that frog flexibility, we can take it back a notch. Okay, so again, it is here and here, and you're pushing back. And then from there, the arm and leg the leg that is bent, you're going to rotate through. And you're getting a nice groin stretch. So you can do that for an alternative for being so deep into the frog. And another alternative would be to do thread the needle. So you're coming down here, and from here, you're opening and closing. Or if that is too much, if you just want to get torso rotation, you can go from here and open and close. And that is another way to get a nice stretch through your torso without your groins having to impact you or your flexibility. So remember, you can break movements down as you do it. I will see you soon. Don't forget to ring that bell and subscribe. Comment below if you're looking for any tutorials. And thanks for all your support. Namaste.